Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of Galaxy and Revolt, our Star Wars stream. Last time, the Jedi and Val rescued Satine Kryze, the Duchess of Mandalore, from nefarious bounty hunter Cad Bane. They out-crazied Cad Bane. And we're left in a chamber with a giant door that has Sith carvings on it and has been emanating dark side kind of since the beginning of the adventure. So
at least,
yes,
yeah.
So it's they are now face to face with the thing, sort of obscuring literally the world around them, and figuratively. So, what would you all like to do? Just leave it, whatever you want to do.
Hey, what can I see about that door?
Sure. So yeah,
is the biggest, weirdest thing in this room.
So yeah, looking at it, it's looking at it using your very, very acute droid senses and scanners, you can tell that the door is very, very old, like, is ancient, thousands of years old. That it's, you can see no, like, opening mechanism on it. You aren't sure how it would open. Your droid brain doesn't kind of get that. And yeah, that the carvings were added, you can tell that they've probably been added over time. Kind of doing like a layer scan.
No real way to fancy see what's behind it, or
you've been doing like pinging scans. Yeah, so you could probably tell behind it there is what can only be described as a temple. It is not dissimilar to the Jedi temple above.
Oh shit, that's interesting.
And
I was hoping it wouldn't be, and I could do something else.
And kind of piecing together all of your various maps and scans, you are basically directly below the Jedi Temple on the surface of Coruscant.
I will warn Ros and Orlena to keep your senses close, and if you feel anything reaching out for you, do not meet it halfway. And then I will approach the big portal with the Sith chorus kind of thing going on behind it.
Okay. As you approach, it just feels so cold.
Does it feel as if anything's trying to contact us?
No.
Okay.
No, you feel that purposeful emptiness again.
Is there an apparent mechanism?
There's no lever or switch or anything now.
But even, like, look, I've been to all the little worlds where move this with the Force, move that with the Force. It takes two of you to move it with the Force, that kind of thing.
It's definitely move it with the Force.
Okay.
Yeah. And probably two of you.
That would be thematically appropriate. It may not come off this way, but I hope it does. In order to keep Ros safe, I will ask Orlena to join me in attempting to open the door.
Orlena will eagerly accept.
And I will tell Ros to stay with Val. And if anything should seem to take possession of us, do not hesitate to use your friend to subdue us.
to lightsaber us right
okay.
in half. Okay. Mara Jade in the background. It's kind of like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna take the Duchess and what should I do with Cad Bane?
Oh, yes. We should tie him up in his own grappling wire, because fuck him.
Make some big, like, girly bunny loop knot.
Miss Kreese, were you brought here by Cad, by your other connection? Were you brought to this location on purpose? For any purpose?
Sorry, that's... she says, yes, the Cad Bane, as you call him, he brought me here. I know not for what reason, but he said that he was... this job would net him a lot of credits. 2 birds, two hawk bats, 1 stone.
Looking around, is it more likely that Cad Bane just thought this was a dope place for an ambush?
Look, it was a pretty dope place for an ambush.
It was a pretty dope place for an ambush. It had people in all those sort of crevasses, but...
That is hard to say.
Yeah.
You could try and probe his mind.
Oof.
He's strong-willed, but he's knocked out.
That's true. Yeah, shoot. Let's do that. That seems cool. Let's invade his mind against his will as the good guys of this movie.
Like a hero.
Got to actually manually roll dice on this show. Luckily,
I should get mine out.
So what are we after there? Control and sense, just control, just...
Oh, no, that's the wrong book.
All 3.
Let me pull out my Star Wars The Role-Playing Game book. It's never been easier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think...
And all the rest of his flunkies were droids, correct?
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't work with people. They fail him. Although his droids didn't do great.
They couldn't know they would be up against the Starship.
Columns real nice.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't think this is quite affect mind, so I think it's control plus sense.
Okay. So then I shall roll... Control at first strength, 1 away from sense. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Not great. So control is... yikes. Ugh.
Oh.
15.
Actually, it's just a sense roll. So if you wanted to add as many die as appropriate to that one.
Well, I just won't take 1 away from this one. Well, that's not terribly better, but it is better, though. So 16, 19, 21.
Okay. Well, the target can't really resist because he's knocked out. So, I will give him a superficial resistance, but... Where'd my dice go?
Yeah, I'm mostly looking for any purpose of this location. Although, who's offering the credits for Jedi and Mandos would be handy information as well.
Yeah, so I think he said last time, I think he did say the name Tyrannus last time.
Oh, right, he did mention Tyrannus.
But that was about Jedi specifically.
Yes.
So, reading his mind, you can see he has taken this deal from an individual with a very sinister lower half of a face and a shrouded hood. just. But yeah, the individual, do it in a very voice, is asking him to find the location of basically an old shrine. Map it. He says to lead Satine there. And he says that you will be paid handsomely upon your return. And Satine need not survive past that moment. And then Cad Bane puts on his cowboy hat. And he's like, I'm rad.
Do it.
Just call me Rad Bane. Do it. Yes.
One of his multiple brothers. Okay, well then, yes, I suppose it would be best if you left the area. Thank you, Mara.
You're welcome. I hope Hey, maybe I hope I'll see you again.
Bye.
Or not, whatever. Like, I don't even need you all.
I think Roz will pull out like a little. I forgot. She had like little business card she made.
She does.
So
have
she's gonna give one to. Give one to Mara Jade.
Yeah, she'll take one, and as she's kind of muttering, like or maybe even not, like she will obviously get glassy-eyed and be like, "Yeah, no, I'll definitely keep in touch."
Yay! We'll go get some Bantha juice.
Okay, yeah. That sounds really nice, actually.
New friends.
I will use the force to carry a granny candy from my pocket to her.
Thanks.
They're from the hotel lobby.
They didn't say just take one, so I didn't.
This is my right as an older person.
Really rooting around in that candy dish.
Prize didn't just pick up the bowl and take that too.
Free bowl.
Alas, it did not say take the bowl, so I'm
Take
bound
the
by my
bowl,
code.
Dump it into the bag, and then you put the bowl back.
Okay.
And then when someone sarcastically says, "Why don't you just take the bowl?" you do.
Then you do. That's all that I need is for someone to make an offer. The sincerity of the offer does not feature in the code.
Or whether or not they're someone who has any ownership of that bowl.
Also true.
Okay. Is that on my dice? Yes. Okay.
But yeah, then with Orlena's help, figure out if this is push or pull.
You each try something different at first. Yeah.
Read Sith.
Concentrating on the door using the force, they slowly start to swing open. It was push.
I thought it was going to rotate.
Well, the one which I really do like and think is clever, we have to lift the block, and while you're holding it as hanging like the sword of Damocles over your partner's head, then they have to lift the next block. And you're always putting each other's safety in your hands as you also navigate the Sith temple or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good for Sith. And
like
drop it on you. We're good.
Sounds like a lot of opportunities for field promotions. But also then you're trapped, but that also sounds very Sith. So.
Damn it. Damn my inherently selfish nature.
They had it that way at first, but then they lost a lot of Sith that way.
Yeah, that's why the rule of two was implemented. They just kept losing them.
Yeah. And that's what they put in the revolving door right next to it.
Okay.
All right, well, do any terrible ghosts or monsters come fluttering out? Bunch of bats and a Scooby-Doo scream or anything like that?
I'm so glad
Bunch
you
of hawk
asked.
bats.
Hawk bats. They're between hawk and bat sized.
Still a wide range.
I think.
Very.
No,
Some of the widest in the animal kingdom.
I was just watching. I watched a TikTok today about those 5 feet Filipino fruit bats or whatever they are.
Oh, the flying fox.
Yeah. Horrifying, but cute.
Adorable.
Yeah, bats go between that size and honeybee sized, so...
So I really think between hawk and bat size is very descriptive of what I want, which is to confuse you.
Yes. In fact, if anything, between hawk and bat size, throwing hawk in there really narrows it down.
Hawks have an upper limit.
An upper and a lower limit.
Okay. So inside is this this deep red architecture that almost looks alive. Like it almost looks like it's carved out of something fleshy. It's disgusting.
Gross.
And
Gross.
it kind of weaves up to the ceiling, forming sort of a rounded passageway. And you can see there are a couple different hallways off of it, but it leads to a singular circular area with kind of a chasm around it, so it's open and dangerous, and if there was a fight here, you could push someone off of it. And going up, these kind of tendrily columns continue to rise and intertwine above you all.
Am I still getting a whole lot of nothing in my...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just now it's cold darkness.
That's right. Sorry, I had forgotten you were literally blind, not just...
Yeah.
If you need a shoulder, Ros will lend you hers.
Yeah, I'll continue my my hand on shoulder for Roz.
Okay, yep, perfect.
Does the floor actually squish when I step on it?
No, thankfully,
Oh my God.
no.
Jay asking the important questions here.
Yes.
It looks like it should. Chauvel's gonna try.
No, it's sturdy. It's alarmingly sturdy for how it looks. That's also good because it's probably not used to holding giant droids.
What? You mean having a literal war machine walking around isn't normal?
Odd.
Nonsense.
So yes, get closer, keeping my eyes on my companions. And just do some broad investigation. It just appears that it's carved out of like living material, but is it just
No, yeah,
meant-
it's more like it's a stone. You don't get anything.
Okay.
You can't feel anything living from it.
It's uncanny, but it's not supernatural. It's not the Shimichi flesh sewers of New York or anything.
No, or
Good.
Yeah, no, ew, gross. There is something oddly familiar about it to you, though, Orlena. Like almost like an ancient memory. That's kind of like something way back there.
Do I think I know how to access this ancient memory?
I'm sorry, not Orlena. Jesus.
Okay, I was
sorry.
gonna say.
No, Kaya. Fire Kaya. I meant to say Kaya.
That's me again. Sorry. Oh. Okay, well, I'm old, but not ancient. Careful not to touch anything, and again, be mindful of anything trying to talk to you. And walk in, and I guess just kind of be picking at that thought in the back of my head.
Everyone remember, caves still don't talk.
Say it back to me.
Some of your wisest words, Val. Thank you.
Is that a concern?
Not for anyone here.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Has anyone encountered talking caves before?
No. Because caves don't talk.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
Right.
Just seems like an odd thing to warn against if they don't do the thing.
Well, my former apprentice Vytoth had an encounter with a cave, but I showed up rather late to that. Ros may be able to illuminate more, but luckily it stopped. I'm just wondering why we keep seeming to be drawn to such places. That was straight up like a spooky cave going deeper into a cave network, right? It didn't have a door and we never got to any parts that were carved or intentionally.
Correct.
Okay.
Also, ancient was the wrong word. Just full of wrong words. Ancestral was the word I meant.
I see. Okay.
Because, you said you're not ancient. I was like, you're not ancient. Ancestral. That's what I meant.
Sure.
Well, I should like to hear more about this cave that does not talk, but perhaps now is not the time.
Perhaps. We probably should have told somebody about that. I'm sure it's in our report.
I thought we did.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
That was up to Kaya.
Don't worry about it.
There's not much to tell. It's just we were hiding in a cave from an evil blue lady, and then Vytoth started hearing voices from deeper in the cave. We left.
I blew the cave up. Because caves don't talk.
Did he say what kind of voices?
Bad ones. Ones that didn't make a whole lot of sense at the time.
Interesting.
I feel like Orlena's research is progressing faster than she would have liked. So now that we're in the big, spooky, not flesh temple, do sensors pick up anything new?
What do your droid eyes see?
Sensor.
Pretty much, because I'm like the one this place can screw with the least.
You are the safest. Yeah, just more scanning. There are other rooms in this temple down the hallways. None of them are as big as the chamber ahead of you. And other than that, yeah, you just kind of continuing to scan, and getting similar readings on all the stone about when it was carved. The oldest carvings are probably thousands of years old and faded. And then the newest ones are probably only, let's see. I don't care about this. Why is there a shining ad on this website? The newest ones are, yeah, even the newest ones are 5,000 years old.
But there's nothing living or moving.
No.
Okay, good.
Is there any way that Val could, in their scanning, make like a record of the carvings?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds Star Warsy.
I mean,
Holographic
I
scan.
think Roz did say to like try to reprogram her way back in the day to do art.
She did indeed.
Yep.
Right.
And yes, that is a perfect application of this. Excellent. I love it.
Even then, spy droid unable to take pictures is kind of, yeah.
Well, if Val wants to, I'm not gonna pressure Val to do anything she doesn't want to.
I mean, she's not gonna whip out a pen and start drawing now. Also, that would go very well, but that's for later.
I just love the idea of her little crab pincer trying to hold a pen. Or her giant crab pincer, rather.
Yes.
Hey, buzzing too big. Do this for me.
Yeah. Venture around the space a bit. And I will not be extending my senses outwards too much, at least not deliberately, but I will be holding the force. With any luck, that will help Orlena see a little bit. She can at least get a reference point of where I'm at, is the hope.
So would you like to walk further? Would anyone like to walk further in, or just stand out by the entrance? Be like, we're good. We found it. Close the doors.
I mean, I'm terribly curious, but also cannot see a thing. So
There's a big spooky hole in the floor. I'm gonna shine a big light down the big spooky hole in the floor.
Okay. Shining your big spooky light down the big spooky hole, you catch the briefest movement, and then you all hear something kind of rumble. And you think you saw some kind of creature down there, Val.
You said nothing alive, nothing moving.
Oh, I did say nothing alive, nothing moving. That's fair. I did say that. So that is not true. Because I just thought of that. 'Cause it's very Star Warsy. But, no, yeah, so nothing moving. But it looks like at the very, very bottom, there is a bunch of stuff glinting. As if some kind of reflective metal at the very bottom of this chasm. It was just going to be like a Minoc or something. It wasn't going to be anything like horrifying.
Great dragon.
I don't know. Minocs are pretty scary.
Well, to Val, that'd be
That's
the most
true.
dangerous thing in here to Val.
Yes.
I think Roz would take a tentative step in.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
will
I'm-
follow
And
because
the
I'm
droid
attached
wandered
to
in
Rod.
and she didn't immediately explode.
Yeah, the droid's way in there, everybody. So
Yeah, no, I definitely don't want to kind of be in the middle of this space. These columns, the whole thing.
So as you get further and further in, the darkness feeling for the Jedi, it doesn't subside, but something else comes on top of it. You feel a great disturbance in the Force. As if this is a place of great death and destruction. You can hear screams. And you, all of a sudden, that cold is gone. And now you feel the heat of fire flickering. It's not constant. It changes as you walk around it.
Are the screams like constant, or was it just like a burst of them?
They lasted probably longer than would be comfortable, but they do eventually end. But it sounds like a large group of people were kind of systematically, like through a battle, kind of. It's like a battle kind of sounds.
Okay. That answers the next couple of questions I had, actually, so good.
Do I see anything, or is it still just like nothingness?
No, now you can see as you go further and further in, you can almost see the flames. And a lot of red. It goes from black to red.
Welcome, join us here in the flesh chamber.
I will slowly let my hand off of Ros, since I can see a little bit more now.
Watch here near the edges, though.
I guess Raz is gonna check out the spooky hole in the middle of the room.
Okay, yeah. So going up next to Val, Val is shining her light down there. You can also very faintly kind of see a little glint on the ground. But yeah, it's not infinite for sure. It's probably about 300 meters, way down there.
So Val is going to actually focus her sight because, like, she's built to spot a fly from orbit. What's at the bottom of this hole?
Okay.
This hole.
Kind of focusing your light, looking down. It's a bunch of lightsabers and skeletons.
Huh.
Oh.
So we found a big spooky pit with a big spooky hole full of bones and laser swords. Is this what we were looking for?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, it's not ideal, but
Wouldn't say we were looking for it. Now that we've seen it.
we found it. Yeah, I think Ross is gonna go in the hole.
Oh no.
Oh, how's Roz going to get down the hole?
I mean, she's a tech person. I'm sure she has like a little bit of a rope.
Climb on board. Let's go down into the hole.
You can do that too, but yeah, you can do a little. You can do a rope. You. I believe we have established you have a grappling hook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was about to be imperious and be like, she's a Jedi, Andrew, but then you just said, I'm a tech person, so Kai actually feels like we need to reiterate the order in which you should introduce things you do. But no, yes, it's very good.
It's really far though. Oh, although you jumped off a cliff in the first season, so
I'm a Jedi and I do dope shit, Andrew.
I only have like 2 dice I can roll.
Yeah,
So.
Ros is still a Padawan. When she gets to the bottom now. Okay, so yeah, so Ros
You had an enormous flying friend.
repels down.
Val's going with her.
Oh,
Anybody wants a ride? Hop aboard now.
I don't know that they should be doing that.
Well, we certainly need to find out.
Do we, though?
I believe that Ros is probably in the safest hands at the moment. It's the rest of us I would look at twice. If you're nervous and would like to go along, you certainly may. If you're nervous and you absolutely do not want to go along, you don't have to.
I don't know what more there is to learn down at the bottom of the hole that we have not already learned.
Very distracted from Orlena's concerns. I would like to be trying to lay these screams and flames on top of this ancestral memory. I'd like to lay them on next to each other to see if they're the same picture or that kind of thing.
No, you think they're unrelated.
Okay.
You think that
actually,
it's more that it's like this place has a deja vu for you, but it's like one of those things where you see someone who looks like your friend.
okay.
And it's that kind of weird feeling of like, I can't quite place you yet. That's for the place. The events here are wholly unfamiliar and weighing on your force mind.
Okay. Oh,
As Ros and Val slowly.
sorry, Orlena. Well, it might be important to know, were these people murdered? Did they kill each other with these lightsabers? Was it ritual combat or training? Was it a slaughter? Was it a Jedi slaughter? Is there a great battle here that we lost for some reason? I think they're still yet to be discovered, but I certainly understand your hesitation.
I would guess by the screams and the fire that no doubt you have heard and seen also that it was not some sort of ritual, but indeed some sort of battle. But yes, I guess there might be more for us to learn from.
Many people have many strange rituals. Gosh, there's just something bugging me about this button. Picks up skeletal hand, holding a lightsaber, scratches her chin, puts it back down. Just something.
Something bothering you?
It's. The whole place is just coming on very familiar, if we're being honest, but likely some kind of trick of the mind. How's it going down there?
Hold on, this is not going to work.
So well?
No, you got it. There you go.
Hey!
Yay!
Okay. So a couple things. So yeah, Ros and Val are slowly descending. Oh, it was something. It's not important. And Ros and Val, as you are, Val's light kind of flickering all over the place. You both notice that carved into the column itself is a repeated phrase over and over again. And it says, "Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. The force shall free me." And then, "Peace is a lie. There is only passion." Just carved over and over again. And, deliberately and with a pattern. Like, it's tiled, basically.
It is an intentional motif, not a crazy person scrawling on walls.
Yes, exactly.
Yep, certainly a spooky hole.
I didn't expect to be going into a corpse pit today, but here we are.
Oh, come on. We didn't think there would be one corpse pit behind the Sith door.
Come on.
I didn't expect the Sith door! Did you expect the Sith door? Because
No.
if so, you should probably be telling us some things.
Orlena, answer the question.
Did not expect the Sith door.
Okay. Val, keep your eye on her.
Which one?
All of them.
Okay, because I only actually have the one.
Right.
It's not subtle.
No.
Not up there. Not this close.
Just side-eyeing her the whole time with your giant red eye. So yes. So shortly, you both reach the bottom. And yet you can see a bunch of tattered, burned robes, lightsabers, and skeletons.
Cool. I guess Roz will sort of ignite her own little lightsaber and shine it around to see, and just look at all the skeletons, see if how they died and whether or not there were maybe see if cause you can tell the difference between a Sith lightsaber and a Jedi lightsaber, that kind of thing.
Built a grappling hook into it, but a flashlight.
It's got its own flashlight.
The whole thing's a flashlight.
Yeah. That's right. Although I'll tell you what, playing Jedi Fallen Order, when you're asked to use that thing as a flashlight, terrible. Gives off no light. Okay, so yeah, so looking around, can I get is there a medicine check in this game? There has to be, right?
I do believe there is, yes.
There is. I certainly don't have it.
Yeah, to ascertain.
There is under technical.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you could make a medicine check to ascertain how they died.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's not good. I rolled an 8 and I got a 1 on the exploding die.
Okay.
That's the bad one, right?
Yeah, that's the bad one. But it's just you're looking. They're skeletons. You're kind of if you think if they were more corpse-like, which is gross, you'd be able to tell better how they probably perished. This is just a lot of bone fragments. You can see some of the bones have kind of burns on them, but it's still hard to tell. Looking at the lightsabers, like most Jedi lightsabers you have encountered, the hilt designs are unique. None of them quite look exactly the same, but if you ignite any of them, they are red.
Okay.
What were we expecting to find down here other than bones and laser swords?
Well, we found that weird little message.
I don't like the corpse pit. Can we leave now?
Yeah, we can leave. You mind if I climb up on you?
Please do.
Okay.
Much quicker than the descent. Val reappears.
Are you gonna take any of the lightsabers with you, Roz?
Yeah, I think I will. I'll take like one or two.
Raz doesn't have a suspicious collection of Sith lightsabers.
No, not at all. This isn't her, like, now second and third one.
Just a bandolier of Sith lightsabers.
Fine addition to my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shape changes into forearms. General Kenobi.
Yeah. Suck it, Grievous.
Kaya, some sort of war machine appears in front of you. Oh, it's Val.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, machine.
It was spooky down there and I didn't like it.
I'd rather expect that's the point. Did you discover anything?
It looks like everyone in the pit who's dead is a Sith. At least that's what their lightsabers say, and she'll hold up like the two she took up.
Anything uniquely telling about them at all? I do have a point in lightsaber repair. So.
Then you would yes, be able to tell that they are certainly not Jedi lightsabers.
Okay.
Are they giving off any weird Force sight vibes?
Yeah, so you because of what you have to do to you can sense kyber crystals. So you would even be able to sense everyone who has a lightsaber here is their kyber crystal. It would faintly glow the color of the lightsaber. But Sith kyber crystals, you have to bleed them to turn them red. So you have to do heinous activities with them, like trying to remember Darth Vader has, because he loses his lightsaber, so he has to kill a Jedi, and then I think he basically, like, as he kills them, you have to do like a Sith ritual that turns the crystal red. Like, he's not given a crystal by Palpatine, because why would he be? But
which just goes to show you, killing a room full of children, not evil by the Force's measure.
Killing a room full of children, then slaughtering helpless politicians.
Yeah.
Then force choking your wife.
he did it to save Padme.
We're fine.
Yeah, actually, the code is pretty silent on all of that. Yeah. It's. Well, you're not supposed to have a wife, so that's an oversight.
So that one's just a loophole.
That's a loophole. Yeah, that's a loophole.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is a ritual thing because Vader basically has to go back to Mustafar, his greatest failure, and to kind of channel his sadness and failure into the crystal. Maybe it's the death of his wife.
He built
So it's an emo
lovely
crystal.
summer home there.
It's a house.
Why? Love it. There are big gargoyles there.
Because it was probably Palpatine's idea, and that dude's an ass.
Oh man, he's the
boy.
worst. Oh, he's so. I haven't read the Vader comics in a long time, but in the early Vader comics, he's just the fucking worst, and it's so good. He's just negging Anakin the whole time.
Like, one thing I know about the comics, Vader got a sense of humor to him. It's not a good sense of humor,
No,
but it's an amusing one.
it's man, I gotta reread those. They were very good. The early ones, especially. I've heard they're all good, but
So I'm getting some real unchill vibes from
yeah. And that sort of that disturbance feeling you all are feeling, you're sort of overlaying it, and yet it seems like as evidenced by these lightsabers, that the Sith were the ones slaughtered here.
Yeah, the vibes this entire time, decidedly off.
Yes. No good. No bueno.
Oh,
As-
boy.
What
as-
the children
as-
would call bad vibes.
Bad vibes. It failed its vibe check, as someone would say, I think.
I will.
Master Yoda, probably.
Probably.
Failed the vibe check you have.
I will caution Roz to please be careful with those.
Vibe. Or vibe not. There's just no trying. I cautioned everyone else not to do it, so it's only appropriate that I try and do it. I would like to meditate on the screaming.
Great. Excellent and cool.
I'm about to have to knock out a Jedi Master, aren't I?
I did already tell you guys to...
You gave me permission.
That's right. So I'd like to try and separate the screaming to see, is it a montage of multiple deaths? Is it one specific tragedy, or again some kind of sacrifice in the greater name of something? And from there, actually see if I can see it at all. I'm not expecting vivid pictures, but if I can just make some shadows move. Because, and I'll explain my intention here a little bit as to, and even if you're like, I'm not sure what part's confusing you, but there's a part of Kaya that is still wondering whether or not this isn't just some shit Sith do. You all fight each other, and if you fail, you end up in the death pit, or you have to survive the trial by fire. These ones didn't survive, whatever. So, was it one instance? Was it a series of incidents? Was it, some kind of massacre, or was it just this shit? So yeah, that's my intention here. It's not just to make you describe scenes of horror.
Give me a sense check.
Okay. This is very good, and my special die is not a 1, so 11, 15, 24. 24.
Okay. So you begin...
By the way, I was half expecting that every lightsaber down there was just attached to a forearm, and that was it. It was just a blanket of forearms and lightsabers.
Oh, come on!
That would go-to move.
That would have been very funny.
Jedi and Sith both take disarming your opponent very literally.
Very literally.
Okay. So Kaya starts to meditate. So so the first thing you see is the Coruscant skyline. But instead of the Jedi Temple, it's this series of ominous black obelisks, basically. You sense, obviously it's not the Jedi Temple, cutting away to a much larger version of this thing, where you can see a protracted battle between Jedi and Sith, hundreds of lightsabers ignited, both blue and green and red. And slowly but surely, the Jedi win, and then they burn this place to the ground. But after that, you see that every couple of years, Jedi come back down here and try and cleanse the temple. So it's much like you are seeing now, where you will see kind of the four of you standing in this circle, but it will be Master Yoda here with his Jedi Master, who's a Wookiee. Eventually here with Dooku, his apprentice, a very young Dooku, and they are focusing on this place, ridding it of the dark side energy, which you feel is everywhere here.
And do they appear to be doing this ritual in this room or further in?
No, it's mostly it's here. It is here.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's even just outside. Like
Okay.
they don't even necessarily always go in.
Okay. Well, I will open my eyes, summon both the Sith lightsabers to my hands from Roz's, and murder everyone.
Cool. Pick a rad Sith name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else re-roll.
Yep. And we'll start.
One way to end the stream.
All right. See y'all next month with a 3/4 of a new cast.
Yeah. For Galaxy on Fire.
I will be.
You had that ready to go, huh?
It's one of the sequel
will
show
be-
names, possibly.
Very good.
I have a list.
I will be Darth End Out.
Okay.
Because George Lucas just cut in off the front of all of his Sith names to start, so I'm Darth In and Out. But
Okay.
yeah,
Not Darth Doth.
the first one that came to me, and it wasn't my best work, but I wanted to get it quickly before the opportunity passed.
Darth.
You miss every shot you don't take,
Right?
kids? That's a Jedi lesson. All right, I don't actually
is.
do that, but I have a
Every shot you miss, don't take, you do, said Master Yoda.
right.
Darth Skelly Hands. Better to shoot Sith lightning at you. Lightning. Darth Lightning.
Darth, I can't with this right now.
Darth, come on. Darth vibe check. Okay, we're done.
But yeah, despite that brief glimmer into the world next door, I will return my senses to the here and now, one with the living force. And we have to cleanse this place.
I mean, this place is a bit too big for me to knock all of it down, so...
I don't... Well, I was
Also,
about to
stone
say...
doesn't catch fire very well.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't sell yourself short, but actually I don't want to give you ideas. No, Well, do I have a feeling this was a Jedi place once?
No.
Yeah, no.
No. No, you think the Jedi built over it as some sort of power move.
Yeah. Well, and I don't even know what's canon anymore, but the idea that if you balance a site of dark side with, and it's Yoda's hiding because he's on the same planet as the dark side cave, and that's the powerful presence is going to become a null or whatever.
It's no, it's more that the Jedi think that they will. It's not balance. It's that they're so strong that it'll just go away.
So they're just topping
Yes.
this Sith cave.
Yes.
Tremendous. Real Jedi move. Cool.
Ignore it and hope it goes away. That's the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Pride, Jedi. All right. Even still, I don't think we can keep it away, but Master Yoda's been here.
Mm-hmm.
Orlena, do
Like,
you know of any...
Now it's probably been 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get the impression, and this is as much me extrapolating, so correct me if this is wildly in the wrong direction, or let me be in the wrong direction if that's convenient to you, but I have a feeling they succeed, and it just doesn't last. And my fear is simply that it's
You don't really sense them succeeding ever.
Oh, no, they just keep trying.
They just keep trying.
Well, we're going to do it. Going to finally show up that Yoda. Orlena, are you aware of any cleansing rituals?
Mouthy son of a bitch.
Would I be aware of any cleansing rituals?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, a lot actually, and you maybe
Maybe too many.
no, maybe that's why Pluku sent you, or Yoda sent you.
Yeah, actually, quite Yes.
Well, excellent. What one do you think best suits a Sith fire pit?
What is your heaviest duty cleansing ritual?
Extra strength. Just XL, please.
Get out the bleach, get out the rosemary, make sure you inhale the latter and not the former.
Yeah, mix
Sounds about right.
mix bleach and ammonia. It's really
Chlorine gas.
cleansing. Don't do that. Anyone at home?
Don't.
Do not.
Windex and Clorox can sort of go together if you don't want to have a pleasant time.
You can chemically burn your lungs with household materials.
Did Kaya share what she meditated on and saw? Or what is it just suddenly, we need to cleanse this place?
Yeah, no, she didn't.
Another real Jedi move.
It's a real Jedi move. Have you seen the movies? They're awful people.
Rad backflips, though.
Great flips. Big jumps.
Big ups.
There's one thing you can say about Jedi, it's they got big jumps.
Big jumps. No, and without further explanation, she starts to walk around and poke at other things.
Looking for the X button to come up on the screen at some point. What else can I interact with?
Like, is there more to this cave, or
Running
is
up
it
again.
just like a hallway to circle over the pit?
That's all that is currently still standing.
Oh, okay. Is there like ruins around
Yeah.
then? Okay.
You did say there were more rooms. Are they accessible to us, or has that all been collapsed? And
They are accessible. They look like just smaller living and training quarters. There's not really anything interesting in them. You'd
the
really,
rest of Korriban.
Yeah, you really waste your time looking through these tunnels sometimes.
Yeah.
The game's not finished.
Thank you very much for the Mass Effect remaster. How about going back and finishing that game? Well, that wasn't your fault, actually. That wasn't your game.
No, yeah, that's well, it's not. I don't think it was the developer's fault either. I'm pretty sure it was Lucasfilm's fault, or EA. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It's probably EA's fault.
If EA is involved and it's past like 2006, it's probably their fault.
That feels a safe bet.
Yes.
They did anything good, it was by accident after that.
But yeah, I will prod around in other people's rooms, as is my right as an old person, and expect Orlena to solve the problem I set before her.
I would also like to prod around in rooms, but I probably can't see beyond the Sith pit, so...
Just everyone leaves Orlena alone. Help! You left me with literal darkness.
Yeah, so can I guess, can I pick out like a cleansing that I think would work?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, one that you typically use at old Sith sites such as this.
Okay.
Never tried this before, but I've read all about it.
It's a DS790 form. Not that anyone asked. Orlena muttering under her breath.
So yeah, whatever I guess that ritual entails, I would start to do.
Okay, yeah. So, can I get an altar check, please?
Sure. Uh, 13. Lucky number 13.
Okay. Oops. Oh, I was close. Okay. So, you start to focus, and you attempt to focus on the dark side as you have been taught, and kind of just push at it with light, like pure thoughts, the Jedi code, kind of repeating that mantra over and over again as a counter to the Sith code. And yeah, you feel it you can feel the light of yourself, of Ros, of Val. There's still a living thing. It's just not a organic kind of life. Pushing against the darkness of this place.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you're nailing it. You kind of feel this bubble where you can now start to sense things around you again. And as soon as you kind of feel comfortable with it and start to come out of the ritual, the darkness just comes right back.
I find that deeply disturbing.
We all hold hands?
It's kind of my whole steez.
And as you're doing that, Orlena, you have read about places and people, very rarely people like this before. This is a wound in the Force. And you don't really know how to fix those. Especially one this deep and this concentrated in the dark side. Wounds in the Force don't necessarily have to be, like, bad events. They can also just kind of be an overflow of the Force, and it kind of gets drained through it. But this is a very bad event. Like, it's just teeming with the dark side.
Do I think that Ros assisting me, or maybe doing the ritual herself or us together, would do anything more, since she's got such a bright connection?
Give me a second. Make a knowledge check.
Okay.
If you have bureaucracy, you may use it.
Well, I do.
This is Jedi bureaucracy.
Hold on. Hold for math.
Sure.
Holding.
17.
Okay. No, and actually you almost get afraid for Ros. Like, she is so on the path of the Jedi and the path of the light side that she is just the polar opposite of this place, and you would almost be worried of her performing the ritual and her opening herself up to this and the dark side just being like, oh, she's so good. Like, we just need to get her. We just need to get her.
Okay. If Kaya is nearby, I I would like to tell her it is a wound in the force. It cannot be cleansed. That I have knowledge of.
What do I know of wounds in the Force?
You can give. Do you have like a Jedi lore or bureaucracy skill?
I have a decent knowledge roll, but I have no specifics in bureaucracy.
Okay, yeah,
What I have here. Languages, streetwise survival now is trying to be a tough old broad. No, I can't. I could make a general knowledge check. I think would be the closest I can get.
Yeah,
to
give me a knowledge check.
Still pretty good. 3d2 plus 2, or 3d6.
3d2. So
3d2.
Just flip a couple coins. Let me know what you get.
It's the name of a droid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, 5, 6, and my wild dice was a 1. So
ooh.
Perfect.
Okay.
6 and a 1.
Yeah. So wounds in the Force are very rare. You know about them in theory, but you've never encountered one.
Right.
And even in theory, maybe you zoned out a little bit during that lecture.
A little bit.
Just looking at Qui-Gon playing with his hair.
Yeah. Writing Mrs. Kaya Jin in my notebook.
Under it, Mrs. Kaya Gonjin? Question mark?
Question mark? Well, then perhaps we've reached our limit and should return and just... I mean, clearly our masters know this place is here. Won't be a surprise to them.
We at least put a note on it?
This is probably going to be a big, long report, isn't it?
Oh, most certainly.
Here's a thought. You don't cleanse wounds, you heal them. So it's possible that it's not so much the cleansing is failing, it's that the cleansing can do no more for this wound. It's as sanitized as it's going to be.
Most certainly. The wound perhaps needs to be closed so that it may heal.
Yes.
So fill up the pit with rocks.
Basically.
Clean fill.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get some clean fill in here, and... No, yeah, there is a part of me that wonders if we shouldn't just collapse this whole thing, but I'm not sure why they would try and keep it. And I haven't said the worst parts out loud yet, so I really think the way to heal this wound would be to apologize to some Sith ghosts or something, but it just doesn't seem likely to happen. I'm trying to think if I have... I would like to reach out with the Force one more time and attempt... kind of with the Jedi Code as my mantra, to kind of reach into this wound to see if there's anything there to like move, manipulate. Again, looking instead of to cleanse, to clean, to heal.
Sure, yeah. Give me a alter check.
Alter.
That's what I asked you to roll, right, too?
Yeah.
Right, well, pretty all right. 21.
Okay, 21. So you're just rooting around in there. Now, so trying to think of how to best say this. Attempting to heal this is indeed a different notion than cleansing it. Trying to assert the light side's dominance over the dark side. Going in, you alone cannot heal this. The Jedi Order is broken. In a way that maybe you've never sort of internalized. And yeah, every other Jedi has just been going about this wrong. It's the Jedi killed a bunch of people here. They razed the building to the ground, and they thought they were better than it. And none of those are the Jedi way. None of those are anything steeped in the light side.
Yeah, it's all.
So if this place could be healed, it can't be healed by one person sort of realizing that. It needs the Jedi Order needs to a big old redo. And Master Yoda coming down here and saying, better than you I am, isn't going to do it.
What do you mean there is no try? Trying is the first step in literally everything.
I can't
it's
do
the
it.
Worst lesson.
If I don't try to do it.
Oh my god. Maybe telling people not to be afraid isn't actually helping anyone not be afraid. Anyway, we don't have enough time.
What wise I sound. So right I am.
Boy. You are getting away with it. I will return from this utter failure and smile. Qui-Gon was right. And I will say, let's close the doors and retreat from this place.
I was slowly lifting a leg. Heard Kaya say something. Kaya slowly lowers it back down.
Just looking into the corner of the room real fast.
Several small cannons just...
No. She wouldn't shoot at you. It's kind of bop you on the head. Like a playful giant 2-ton cat.
There's a word no one had really noticed before that just kind of stops.
Yeah, and with that, and again, she's learned a lesson, but not well enough to explain her actions or attitudes or thoughts to any of you. She just starts walking out of the temple as if that's settled.
Great and cool.
Well, it's nice to see that she's back to normal.
So close. You're so close, Kaya.
Okay, I guess we're done here.
Apparently.
Well, is there more that you would like to do?
A wound in the Force is quite rare. I would like to learn more about it and how to heal it. But
okay.
Perhaps that knowledge can be gained elsewhere.
Well, I think we have the right problem. I don't think we've brought the right solution. And if you believe you can do that now, then absolutely we may remain. But I believe, yes, we should look elsewhere and perhaps return. Kind of looking at these big old doors. I'm outside, by the way, already, because, again, Orlena's got her jacket on. She's in the passenger seat of the car, leaning over and honking, like...
closing one of the doors.
But certainly, if anyone else has more actions they want to perform here, that can comically keep being cut back to as often as you need to. If we need more Sith lightsabers or bones, or you want to take home a neat skull,
just rooting around in Cad Bane's speeder, like this is mine now.
What are the non-Dathomiri Dathomir?
Oh crap.
The cousin race.
Yeah, what are they? They're not night not night sisters. No, they're not.
Zabrak.
Zabrak. Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking of Hapens, which is not quite right.
No.
It's close, but it's not quite there.
Because aren't male Dathomiri just Zabrak slaves or something? Anyway.
Yeah, nah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
Short answer, yes.
Yes.
But they have to mine them somewhere else. Like, it's weird. They're not from Dathomir.
It's a whole thing.
No.
Not at all.
Arguably, is anybody from Dathomir? Because aren't they all supposed to be exiles from...
We're talking about Dathomir. The baseline starts at weird.
Yeah. And then add Rancors.
Flying Rancors.
Rad.
Orlena's feeling very, like, caught between, like, you know, she was kind of hoping if she saw Kaya, like, meditating on it, that if she had learned anything that she would share it, but obviously she's not in the mood to do that. So she's kind of like, well, should I meditate on it? But then she's also kind of, like, concerned about Ros and Ros being here too long. So it's like, yeah, maybe we should just get going, but...
Yeah, Ross would just, like, pat Orlena's leg and be like, yeah, kind of gotta get used to that.
She does this.
Am I the first master you've met, dear?
No.
We're all like this. We're the worst. If you ask any questions, I'll just tell you there's a lesson in it. And I won't tell you what the lesson is. The worst.
Cool and great.
You bet.
This is shockingly self-aware of you.
Hmm?
And it's over.
That's passed.
Yes. Maybe for now we should away from this place.
Yeah, Orlena's going to be a good girl. Okay.
Wow,
You're killing me.
it's very loaded.
He's calling you out, Sue.
Just saying.
She just wants to know so much.
Let's do it. Let's know things.
If Orlena can take a brief moment to also meditate upon this place.
Okay.
So you want an altar?
Yes, please.
Altar at the altar.
No, that was sense, if it helps. I think when I was investigating the screams and found out about the slaughter, not to speak for you, but I believe that was sense when
yes, that one was sense, and then kind of
the cleansings.
The healing one was altar. So you can roll whichever one you think is more applicable.
I think that she would be more interested in any possible way of healing it, since that's kind of her thing. Getting away, although she does want to understand more about the dark side so that she can heal it, but I think that in this case she would be more concerned
You want to spend a force point? You want to gain a dark force point?
Slowly preparing to knock one of her friends out again in case.
Leg just goes up a little bit.
Ooh, I got a 6 on my
About head
explode.
height.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. So that'll be a 19.
No, 19.
And it's 6 and then a 5 on that explodey dice. Hell yeah.
Very good.
Okay. And I'm sorry. Please just walk me through your thought process again so I can properly answer this.
So just in general, kind of, she would be curious on kind of like meditating this place, but mostly focused on like ways of possibly healing it. Like, is there anything more that she can learn about this place to understand it better, to understand how a healing process can begin?
Okay. So I'm going to give you a slightly different answer than Kaya. So yeah, there is one way to heal this place, and it has to do with the Jedi Order. But this place is so seeped in the dark side. Isn't that its natural state? Do you need to heal it if that's what it always was? This was a place dedicated to the dark side. Should there not be balance in the Force, light and dark? I don't know. Just saying. Getting high in the quad talking about this stuff.
Dude.
But yeah, no, so yes, you think that this place could be restored so it's not this wound in the Force if the Jedi kind of came here, and maybe a bunch of Jedi doing this at once, atoning for the sins of the old order 5,000 years ago, when they last had to fight a war. You know, that'll never happen again. But where the last war killed the Jedi, basically, and have sort of brought you to this point where the Jedi are today, and they're just not really not really Jedi anymore. They're space cops who occasionally you preach about the light side. So yeah, there's that kind of conflicting thought in you. And then very deep back there, do it.
No.
So are you still you?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Are you sure?
I don't know how to provide you with an answer other than yes.
Okay, that sounds like you.
I could fill out a form
That's definitely you.
ensuring my identity if that would make you feel better.
I mean, you like forms, so if you want to, I'm not going to stop you, but I think we're good.
Okay. Do I think... This is kind of an odd, question, I guess. Do I think that it's the actions of the Jedi that cause the wound, not the actions of the dark side, correct?
Correct. This place is seeped in the dark side regardless, but the wound specifically was caused by the Jedi.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to figuratively meditate on it a little bit more. But physically we'll be walking towards the door.
Okay.
I still have the speeder just hand on the horn.
I turned on the air conditioning and now I'm cold.
Why did you turn on the air conditioning? You rolled the window down.
I was hot.
Now the speeder's talking to me and I don't like it.
How does it know I don't have my seatbelt on?
I said click. Ros
The
and
absolute reversal of the 1-year-old being done with Kaya shit.
Ros and Val, would you like to do anything else?
I'm pretty good. Got my lightsabers.
Yeah, I wanted to see what was in the bottom of the big spooky hole. I got to see what was in the bottom of the big spooky hole. I didn't like it. Curiosity sated. Let's go.
Okay, perfect.
Fair.
You both peel out of here. And, you can return to the surface after a long period of time underground.
Yes, we will reclose the door. Closing the door, I'm a little less worried about, so I'll have Ros help me this time.
Okay.
To get them reps in.
So yeah, you close the big spooky Sith door. Perfect. Is there anything anyone would like to say or do to wrap up this arc? Anyone they want to go talk to or yell at?
Yes, especially I'm going to clock that I get free master actions to be a noisome old know-it-all.
It's the master phase, yes.
Yes.
V-test joke.
Oh, and a very good one. No, but I'll kind of hang back with Orlena and ask, did you see it?
See it?
I believe I saw you meditating. What did you see?
I saw that a way that we could heal the wound is for the Jedi to atone of their past transgressions, but also that the natural balance of this place might be for it to be dark.
Let's see.
And as one who seeks to understand of the dark so that none may fall to it, I feel quite conflicted about that.
Well, of course, you must meditate on that.
Is this the same that you saw?
I think it's similar. Could reach the same conclusion. And this I'll kind of stop and make sure Ros is listening as well, and Val will naturally be listening because I'd have to move to another solar system, and they still might hear me. But no, what I saw was that in order to fix the wound in this cave, and again, I'll kind of look to Ros to make sure she's paying attention in a part of one way, but it would take a number of Jedi. And what it showed me was there are no Jedi. And so from this day forth, we are going to save the Jedi. And she'll smile in that old womany kind of way that says that I really said something there, and we'll start moving past.
She's not going
What?
to answer my questions, so I might as well not ask them.
Yeah.
I want the music to start and the credits to go, but it's just following Kaya while the rest of you're just sitting there like, so it's not over, and that made
You hear it, the just like credit song starting to fade as Kaya walks off.
Doppler effect just does this.
The announcer comes back and says, "What? Confusion in the Republic. The fuck was that?"
In the recording booth. This old woman's really on one.
All starts for the next episode. It's just, what?
What was that shit? Am I right?
Big what's in the Republic.
Perfect. Would anyone else like to say or do anything as we wrap up this episode?
I mean, as we get to the surface, it, like, Val's not really, like, visible relief because droid, but, like, it's quieter. It's nice.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Outros and plugs. CC.
Hi, I'm CC, aka Soup, aka Scott. I forgot to turn on my light. That's why I'm in darkness.
It's appropriate. You were in a
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah.
I would like to plug, hey, happy Pride. Love is love. Hell yeah. And also, play a whole Star Wars with your friends, because it's pretty fun.
Perfect. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I will keep shouting out until everybody gets one. It's gonna be your vaccines. Please get them. They are really working and you can see. So, go do that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Agreed. Please. Marty.
Please.
Marty, yeah.
Okay. I'm so used to going last. Yes. Happy Pride. Enjoy. Do whatever. Whenever the question, does X belong at Pride? Yeah, where else does it belong? For fuck's sakes. It's not your month, it's everybody's. So, yes, the answer is yes. Just default to yes and fuck off. Anyway, that's that. So, smash a bell, like something, make a comment. Perhaps about how much you agree or disagree with that comment.
Ooh, maybe
won't
even
read it.
subscribe.
Perhaps a subscribe. You got that Amazon Prime, John? Slide us that. Don't forget to keep sliding us that, though. It's a process. Anyway, is it time for you to remember to do that? There you are. There's your reminder.
Did you know that with Amazon Prime, you get Prime Gaming, which gives you 1 free month on subscription on twitch.tv that does not auto-renew? You have to renew it manually each month.
And you can't do it on mobile either. You have to do it on desktop, which is why my...
Really?
Yeah, you can't do it on
Seems
mobile.
like a massive oversight.
It is, but
it's a real-
hey, Twitch mobile ain't great. So
It's a real
But it
pain.
is great when
But
you
also-
use it to subscribe.
Even if you don't use it on us, just use it in general, because you get it every month anyway if you
Might as
have
well
it.
use it. Yep,
It is true.
use it or lose it.
as they say. And Jay.
Hi, just kind of echo what everyone else has said. Get vaccinated, happy Pride, stuff belongs at Pride, and trans rights. Please. Bully your senators for me.
We have one good senator and one bad senator.
Bully both of them for me.
Yeah. The one's retiring, though, so he's occasionally not been a terrible person, but he's mostly a bad guy. Anyway, I will echo what everyone said. Happy Pride. You know what a real Jedi would do is get a vaccine for the greater good, and like talking about like light side stuff. The modern Jedi Code first appears in 1987's Star Wars: The Role-Playing Game by West End Games. There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no death, there is the Force. Compared to 1980's cut version from Empire Strikes Back, I, Luke Skywalker, do swear on my honor and on the faith of the Brotherhood of Knights to use the Force only for good, turning always from the dark side, to dedicate my life to the cause of freedom and justice. That was one sentence, by the way. If I should fail of this vow, my life shall be forfeit, here and hereafter. I'll let you decide which one is way better.
I can't imagine why that was cut.
Yeah.
So
Way better, especially because the Jedi Code shouldn't start with I, Luke Skywalker. It's very limited.
well, I should have said I insert name. Sorry.
I insert name.
I insert name here.
Insert name here.
Which is no worse a Star Wars name than any other one. So
Oh, I will now be Darth Cert name here.
okay, that's good. Yeah, drop that in.
That's what makes it evil.
That's it. Star Chasers is on Wednesday. Have a great night, everybody.